Hello all, good evening everybody. Welcome to the foundation classes of ICSE and CBSE. Today we will discuss one of the important chapter, that is the circulatory system. Okay, yes. Circulation means, what is the meaning of circulation, ma? Which can passes, right? Which can transport, yeah, throughout the body. So, need for transport inside the body. Why the transport systems should be taken place inside the body? What is transporting inside the body? What kind of substances can be transported inside the body? Yes, blood and water, not blood and lymph. Okay. So, what is the function of the blood? What it is transporting? What is carrying? What the blood is carrying? See, here you can see the digestive system means will have the food. Yes. So, the food will get digested. The food particles has to be reached to the each and every tissue which is present inside the body. So, who is taking these food particles to the different kind of organs means, or maybe to the tissues means, that is nothing but the blood. Through the blood the food particles means nutrient substances can be transported. Coming to the respiratory system means, what is happening in the respiratory system? We will inhale the oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. And what is the main important function of this respiratory system? Why we need to take breathe? So, means of course oxygen is very important for our survival, and at the same time, as we all discussed in the digestion process, what's happened? Nutrient substances entered into where? Into the different kind of tissues, means tissues are made with the different cells. Now these nutrients are present in where? In the cells. But to perform different kind of functions every day, while we wake up till to the sleep, we will perform different kind of activities, right? To perform that activities, actually what we need, ma? Energy we required. What we required? Energy we required. So, that energy has to be liberate means what we need? Actually oxygen. So, through the respiratory system we are inhaling the oxygen. So, from the lungs it reaches to the blood itself only, right? So, now the blood is transporting oxygen till to the targeted organ. Okay. And see, just now only we have discussed that we are performing different kind of functions in a day, right? So, means scientifically we can call it as metabolic activities. What we can call, ma? Metabolic activities. So, while we are performing metabolic activities, what? CO2 will be produced, and along with that some of the waste substances also will be produced. Okay. So, even those waste also has to be eliminated. So, to eliminate, even a carrier is required. Who will take that this waste material means? Through the blood itself only. What are the waste materials such as urea, uric acid? Okay. Those has to be sent to where? What is our excretory system, ma? It is done by the kidneys, till to the kidney. Okay. Not only in the kidney, some waste products means it has to be taken to the liver. What is happening in the liver? Detoxification will be taken place. And also, have you seen sweat? Sweat is also one of the waste substances only. Okay. So, what I want to conclude here, the nutrients, oxygen like gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide, and waste material, okay, and hormones. Hormones are produced from endocrine system. Directly these endocrine means ductless. There is no duct actually. Okay, directly whatever the hormone is produced, that is liberating, that is immediately sending to where? To the blood only. So, here the blood is the one to carrying the hormones also to the particular target organ. So, what I want to conclude here, the major transport system, that is blood circulating system, is taking the different kind of substances to the particular target organ. Okay, see here you can see fluids in our body. Just now in the starting of the class I have asked you how many fluids are present in our body. So, the first fluid is blood, and the second fluid is tissue fluid, and the third fluid is lymph. So as you all know, what is blood, ma? If somebody will ask you what is blood means, which kind of definition you will give? Not RBC, actually it is also a tissue only, okay, blood is also a tissue, but it is what? It is a fluid connective tissue. What it is? Fluid connective tissue, okay. In the human body, blood is transporting in where it is present? In the heart, and along with that what? Having what? Arteries, veins and the capillaries. In all these parts blood is present, okay. And coming to the tissue fluid, how the tissue fluid is formed? See, now as we all discussed, for example, this is a blood vessel. So in this blood vessel, blood will be transported with one kind of pressure. So while it is transporting, what's happened? Because of that pressure, some of the liquid substances will be comes out of this blood vessel or capillary. So now whatever the fluid means, around this blood vessel, what will be present, ma? Tissues and cells will be present, no? So here you can see these are the, what is this? Blood capillary and blood cells, and between the cells what you are observing, some fluid like substances will be there. That fluid, when it is oozes out from the blood capillary and which is accumulated between the spaces of the tissue, now that fluid we are considering as tissue fluid. So where it is present? Between the cells and different organs, okay. Coming to the one more fluid, that is lymph. So what is lymph? So it contains only WS, means how this lymph is formed means, so simple. So whatever the tissue fluid we have discussed, so it could not be remained between the tissue itself only. If it is remains there itself, it causes what? Edema, swelling can be occur. So what has to be done here? You can see these are the lymph vessels. What are them? Lymph vessels, okay. Whatever the fluid is collected over here, we called that is as tissue fluid. Now that will be extracted into this what? Lymph vessels. So when it is entered into the lymph vessel, this tissue fluid only called as the lymph. Clear? Right. So lymph vessels, it is transported in the lymph vessels, lymphatic organs. Example for the lymphatic organs are spleen and tonsils. Clear? So these are the fluids present in our body. How many fluids, ma? That is 3. One is blood, second one is tissue fluid only. When the tissue fluid entered into the lymphatic vessel, we consider it is as the lymph. Clear? Alright. Next, how blood circulates. So we are discussing, actually our topic is what? Circulatory system. So blood is circulating in the body. Where it is circulate, how it is circulating, we will see. See, our heart is how many chambered heart? 4 chambered heart, right? Yeah. So upper 2 are atria. So this is which atria? Right atria. So this is right atria, left atria, left ventricle and right ventricle. Yeah, right. So these this side completely, which kind of blood will be there? Right side, complete right side we can identify deoxy blood, and complete left side it is having what? Oxygenated blood. Okay. So deoxy blood has to be collected from the different body parts. Why? Because our body parts or different organs are performing what? Different metabolic activities. Because of that waste will be produced, means because of that this carbon dioxide levels will be increased. So blood is becoming the deoxygenated. Deoxygenated means oxygen levels will be less. Okay, clear. So from where here, I think you might know these in upper side and down side, what? Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava will be there. So from upside of the body parts, superior vena cava collected the deoxygenated blood, entered into where? Into the atria, and from the below parts, okay, from the below parts what inferior vena cava will be collect, and all these blood will be collected into where? Into the atria only. So what I want to conclude here, see from the heart. So now in the heart chambers deoxygenated blood is there. From the heart deoxygenated blood goes to where? To the lungs. Where it has to be go? To the lungs. For what purpose? To become oxygenated. In the lungs what will be there? Oxygen, more number of oxygen will be there. Okay, 90 to 97% of the oxygen will be saturated in the alveoli. In the lungs mainly where it is? In the alveoli. Okay, from the lungs, when deoxygenated blood from artery, it is going to the lungs. In the lungs deoxy blood is becoming the oxygenated. From the veins, here vein they have mentioned, and here artery you are seeing. Artery means which artery it is? Pulmonary artery. As you all know, actually arteries carry which kind of blood? Arteries, general arteries, oxygenated blood, right? And that is what veins are carrying which type of blood, ma? Deoxy blood. Okay, deoxy blood. But here while it is coming to the lungs, deoxy blood is carried by pulmonary. What is that? Pulmonary artery. Okay, through the pulmonary artery, here from the right side of the heart deoxygenated blood will be collected, and through the veins it is transported till to where? Through the veins and the pulmonary artery it is transported to the lungs, and here become oxygenated. Exchange of the gases are taking place. Carbon dioxide will be eliminated, oxygen will be entered into the blood and become oxygenated. And here pulmonary vein, which vein it is? Pulmonary vein carrying what kind of blood, ma? Oxygenated blood, and through the pulmonary vein it goes to arteries, and through the arteries it goes to blood capillaries, and through the blood capillaries, here what? All these are tissues. So again here exchange of the gases will be taken place. In this way blood is transporting. Is this clear? Any doubts? Any doubt, ma? General arteries, here actually blood vessels are what? Blood vessel, arteries, arterioles. It is divided into what? Arteries and arterioles. So but here coming to here lungs region, actually arteries and venules, which are thicker? Arteries are thicker than the veins, but here deoxy blood is taking place. So that's why here pulmonary artery is carrying the deoxygenated blood. Is this clear? Why here the pulmonary artery is taking means that is actually deoxy blood. Okay, oxygenated blood is present in the arteries, and veins are blood capillaries are what? Thicker. For transporting deoxy blood, no need of that thickness of that blood vessel. That is the reason. Okay, right. Is there any doubt regarding here? So in which way blood is circulating? Please tell me again. From the heart deoxygenated blood is going to where? To the lungs. There what is happening, ma? Exchange of gases is taking place. Okay, carbon dioxide will be out. Okay, oxygenated blood again it is going to where? Into the heart again. All right. Okay, through veins and heart oxygenated blood goes through the arteries. From the arteries to different body parts it's going. Different body parts means nothing but the tissues. There what is happening? Metabolic activities will be taken place, and waste and extra fluid from cells going into where? Tissue fluid, as just now we have discussed how the tissue fluid is formed. Okay, so this tissue fluid is extracted to where? To the lymph capillaries, again lymph capillaries to the lymph organs. Again from the lymph organs to where it has to be go? It has to be again returned to the blood itself only. Is this clear till here? Yes. So how many type of circulations are present? So two kind of circulations are there. One is closed circulatory system and the second one is open circulatory system. We can see in our body which kind of circulatory system in our body. In our body, in human beings, closed circulatory system. Is blood is flowing in anywhere, means outside of the blood vessels, are you able to see? No. See, just now we have discussed, that is blood capillary and arteries. Okay, arterioles means what? Blood vessel, and again blood vessel is dividing into blood capillaries. And for example, if it is considered, we are considering it is a artery, and these again smaller blood vessels can be considered as the arterioles. What is that? Arterioles. They join together, okay, and they form as what? Venules. What are they? Venules, okay, and these venules are again forming what? Vein. Clear? So, the blood is transporting artery, arterioles, venules and veins, and again it goes back to heart. Okay, if it is deoxygenated blood, it has to go to lungs. If it is oxygenated, it has to be comes back to the heart only. So, is there any chance to comes out of the blood vessel? No. So, that is why our circulatory system is what? Closed type of circulatory system. So, here always blood is flow inside the closed blood vessel. That is what? Arteries, veins and capillaries. Mostly we can found this kind of closed circulatory system, mammals, birds, reptiles, and in other all kind of terrestrial organisms we can identify this closed type of circulatory system. Coming to the open circulatory system means no heart, only capillaries, or heart also will be absent, blood vessel. Yeah, very good. So, in the open circulatory system, blood flows where? It flows in the heart itself and the blood vessels itself. No capillaries are present. What are now absent? No capillaries are present. So, from the heart to the blood vessel, and directly they are flowing into where? Open spaces. That is called as what? Body cavity. Okay, coelom. Directly they are entering into the body cavity. In the body cavity, what will be there? All internal organs are located inside the body itself only, isn't it or not? Inside the body we called it is as what we will call? Coelom. Body cavity or coelom, both are same only. Okay. Now, the blood is entering into where? Open spaces, body cavity. Okay. Actually, blood has to be goes to where? To the internal parts only, right? So, that is why it is called as the open circulatory system. Okay, not always in the closed system. After the blood vessel, where it is coming? Into the open spaces, that is body cavity. So, that is why we called this kind of circulatory system is open type of circulatory system. Where we can identify this open type of circulatory system means, that is insects. Where we can identify insect, and in the some of the invertebrates also, example mollusca. Which organism, that is, which phyla it is? Mollusca. So, in these two organisms we can see open type of circulatory system. Yeah, right. Along with that, some other non-circulatory fluids also there. Circulatory means which can move, transport. So, some of non-circulatory fluids also present, they won't flow, but the fluids are there. Example, synovial fluid. Where they are present, ma? In the knee region, between the joints. Okay. So, it is also fluid only, but it is helps for the lubrication, reduce the friction between the bones. While we are moving, what is happen? These two bones will be get rupture, means they will get rupture. So, if the rupture is happening like that, what is happen? We will get knee pains. To avoid that, this synovial fluid will be helpful, but is it is moving anywhere? No, it present there itself only. Okay. Even not only in the knees, but also in the elbow, fingers, everywhere, wherever the joints are there we can identify what? Synovial fluid. So, mainly it helps for the smooth functioning and reduces the friction. Very good. And other one is vitreous humor, we can find in the eye. If you will see your face in the mirror on this eye, you can identify a jelly like structure, right? Water like substance you will identify, but it is not a water. So, it is what? Vitreous humor. Okay, where it is found? In the eye. Okay, a clear jelly like fluid that helps the eye to keeps shape and support the retina. This is the function of this vitreous humor. Okay, right. Now what is blood? As already we have discussed, blood is what? A fluid connective tissue. What it is, ma? Fluid connective tissue. Okay, so we know that blood is always keep moving. It is not a stagnant substance. Okay, see here, from heart it is traveling to the artery, from artery to the vein, and again from veins to where it goes? To the heart itself only. Alright, so what is the color of the blood means? Red in color. So if it is bright red in color means actually oxygenated blood. Bright red color. What it is? Bright red color indicates oxygenated blood. Dark red also you are identifying. So this dark red color is indicating deoxygenated blood. What is that? Deoxygenated blood, and oxygenated blood is carried by the arteries and deoxygenated bloods are carried by the veins. And what is the blood volume? How many liters of the blood will be present in the human beings, ma? That is 5 to 6 liters. So have you tasted your blood at any time? For example, if small cut happened over here, so immediately in olden days what they used to do? They used to keep inside the mouth. So at the time how it tastes? It's like little salty. So salty, the taste is what? Salty. Okay, and the pH is what? 7.3 to 7.45, means it is 7 is neutral, but it is 7.3 means basic or alkaline in nature. Slightly, not concentrated. Clear? Okay. So already we have discussed that is transport. What it is transporting? Digestive food substances. What are the digestive food substances? That is maybe glucose, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, salts. Whatever we will have the food, all those will be transported through the blood itself only. From where? From the alimentary canal to the blood, from blood to the body tissues. Okay, transportation of gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay, see here, these RBCs are having what? Hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is what? It is a pigment. Because of this pigment only our blood is in which color? Red in color. So while the oxygen is transporting in the blood, it is combined with the hemoglobin and forms oxyhemoglobin. So in the form of oxyhemoglobin, it transport. While it is reaches to the tissue, it will get dissociated. Why? Because we need only what? Oxygen only. We don't need hemoglobin. Clear? Alright. Next, transport of carbon dioxide. See, because of the metabolic activities we have already discussed, CO2 will be generated and it is also goes out with the help of the blood itself only. So this carbon dioxide also bind with the hemoglobin and forms what? Carbaminohemoglobin. But carbon dioxide is transporting very less percentage in the form of what? Carbaminohemoglobin. Carbaminohemoglobin, very less percentage, but remaining majorly 70 percentage, no ma, carbon dioxide only. 70 percentage, 70 to 75 percentage will be in the form of bicarbonates. Okay, in the form of bicarbonates. Clear? But what our agenda here, what is our conclusion here? Blood is transporting nutrients, gases, okay, and along with that waste substances also, like what? Uric acid, urea, to where they are transporting? To the liver, kidney, skin, as I said. Clear? And distribution of hormones also we have discussed. From the endocrine system, what hormones will be produced directly? They will released into blood. The blood carry them to the particular target organ. Maybe the target organ can be the kidney, or maybe to the bones, or maybe to the heart, any kind of internal organ. Distribution of heat also. How? See, it helps to keeping the body temperature uniform, means maintain the body temperature also in a equal manner. So, blood is helping for the transporting heat from the heat region to the colder region. Okay. Protection, is our blood is protecting us? Yes, of course, it is protecting. In which way it is protecting? We will see. Blood acts as a bodyguard. See from where? Majorly from the injuries. When something injury occurred, so immediately what will happen? After some time we can identify some kind of clot outside. Okay. So, the clot is present where? Outside of the blood vessel. So, the clot we can call it is as the thrombus. Okay. Means if cut happen, the clot is not at all formed. What happens? Continuation blood supplies will come, it leads to the death. Means it is protecting us or not? Yes. And at the same time in the blood WBCs and RBCs are present, right? So, WBCs majorly white blood cell, what we will call WBCs? White blood cells, they protect from the diseases. So, disease may be caused by the viruses or maybe the bacteria. When they entered, immediately these WBCs will be engulf. Engulf means eating that or kill or destroy inside the cell. Okay. And also what is that? They are producing what? Antibodies. Antibodies always fight against to the germs or pathogens. So, in these three methods blood is protecting us. Okay. Composition of the blood. Composition of blood means in the blood what we can identify? Plasma. Very good. Blood is having what? Plasma and formed elements, or else you can call it is as cellular elements also. So, what is the percentage of the plasma? That is 50 to 60%. Major amount will be the plasma only. Remaining 40 to 45% will be the cellular or formed elements. What are the formed elements? There are three types again, that is what? RBC, WBC and platelets. Okay. So, we will see what is plasma now. The liquid portion of the blood, those are the cells, right? And the plasma is in the liquid form. Clear? Right. So, plasma is in which color? Light yellowish color, straw colored you can call it is. Okay. It is also slightly alkaline liquid. Okay. Right. So, what this plasma is having? Mainly in the plasma 90 to 92% what? Water substances only will be present. Remaining proteins, how much percentage ma? That is 7 to 8%, and inorganic salts, that is only 1%, and other substances also present. But in the plasma mainly majorly what is present? Water is present. Okay. And along with this inorganic salts like what? Sodium chloride, we can call it is as common salt, right? And also sodium bicarbonate also will be present. Here some other substance also you can see, that is glucose also will be present in the plasma, amino acids also present, fibrinogens also present, some amount of hormones also present, some amount of waste products also will be present. So, could anybody tell what is the difference between plasma and the serum? How can you differentiate? It is also liquid like substance only, it is also liquid like substance only. Fibrinogen. So, in the serum what is absent ma? Fibrinogen will be absent. So, fibrinogens are mainly helpful for what? Blood clotting. Okay. For the blood clotting it will be helpful. Okay. Now, we will see the cellular elements. What are the cellular elements? So, as just now we have discussed, cellular elements are RBC, okay, WBC, and these are the platelets. Okay. RBC, red blood cells also called as erythrocytes. WBC, white blood cells or corpuscles, okay, and also it is called as the leukocytes. Blood platelets, they are also called as the thrombocytes. So, RBCs, what is RBCs? Majorly RBCs are carrying what ma? Oxygen. What they are carrying? oxygen. Okay, erythros means red. What is the meaning of erythros? Red. So what is the shape of RBC? It is like disc shaped or else biconcave shape. Okay, in which shape it is? Biconcave. If you will identify in middle region, it is what? Flat. How it is there? Flat. And peripheral regions or else sides, they are bulged and rounded in shape. Are these RBCs are having nucleus? No, they are lacking the what ma? Nucleus. So these RBCs are very smaller in size. What is the diameter? That is 7 microns only. Okay, very smaller in size, and because of this size only, they can easily transport through this blood capillary. Okay, because of this small size, they can easily transport. And one more thing, because of this biconcave shape, what is this? Surface is more over here. Because of this more surface, it can carry the more oxygen. So this is about RBC. And adult male having what? 5 million RBCs per cubic millimeter. Coming to the adult female, that is 4.5 million. Okay, hemoglobin, as we have already discussed, RBCs are having what ma? Pigment it is having. That pigment we called it is hemoglobin. Because of that pigment only, we are getting the blood as red in color. Alright, and this red blood cell actually colorless, but because of this hemoglobin only, we are getting this red in color. So if we will divide this hemoglobin as heme and globin, hemoglobin. So heme is a iron part, okay, globin is a protein part. What it is? Protein part. Okay, right. So it is have more affinity to combine with, hemoglobin has more affinity to combine with what? Oxygen. So that's why immediately it combined with the oxygen. Hemoglobin is combined with the oxygen and form what? Oxyhemoglobin. But this oxyhemoglobin is what? Unstable form. What it is? Unstable form. So when it is goes near to the tissues, it get dissociate. Okay, all right. And along with that, hemoglobin also carry what? Carbon dioxide also. So when it combined with the carbon dioxide, what is forming? Carbaminohemoglobin. What is that ma? Carbaminohemoglobin. Okay, is this clear? So ferrous, as we all discuss, heme is a iron part. This ferrous can have the capability to carry how many number of oxygen molecules? That is 4 number of oxygen molecules it can be transport. So this can be called as what? Tetramer. What we can call? Tetramer. Okay. Right. So is it correct to say that veins carry carbon dioxide, no oxygen? As we all discuss, arteries carries only oxygen, veins are carrying deoxy. So these veins never ever carry oxygen ma? Nothing like that. I am speaking about only veins. Of course, they do carry, but very less amount of oxygen can be carried. Very less amount. Clear? As we are already discussed, inside the lungs, hemoglobin saturation is how much levels ma? 97 to 99% saturations will be there. Means saturation means dissolved in condition. Oxygen can be more dissolved in condition in the lungs region. Clear? So veins do carry oxygen, but only little comparatively arteries. Okay. Remaining 23% means inside the body tissue. Of course, it is carrying what? 97 to 99% of the oxygen this blood can be transport. But to the tissues, how much amount of the percentage of oxygen it is releasing means that is only 23% of the oxygen will be taken. Remaining 75% of oxygen is returned to where? To the heart through the veins. Clear? But when it is combined, see, actually we will discuss oxygen will be there, carbon dioxide will be there. Comparatively oxygen, carbon dioxide is having what? More affinity, means if these two gases are there, who can combine with the hemoglobin very faster, means that is carbon dioxide. But always is this happening? If it happens, what forms? Carboxyhemoglobin will be formed, but we do not require that. Then why oxygen is combining, means here partial pressure of oxygen is helping. At the lungs, whose pressure is more? Oxygen pressure is more. So because of that reason, oxygen will combine with the hemoglobin. Okay. So when carbon monoxide, so carbon dioxide will be there, carbon monoxide will be there. In these two gases, which is more harmful? Carbon monoxide is more harmful. It is a poisonous gas. If it is present in our body, it leads to what? Death. Okay. Right. Life and death of RBCs, means what is the red blood cells, where they are produced? So mainly in the bone marrow, okay, and also in spleen. But coming to spleen and liver, so in these two parts also RBC will be produced, but where? In the embryonic stage only. Where? In the embryonic stage. Clear? So in adults, RBCs are produced mainly long bone marrow. Where? Mainly in the long bone marrow, and also in some other parts also it is produced, but very less in manner, that is ribs and breastbone like sternum and ilium of hip girdle. So this region we called it as hip girdle. Clear? In embryo, as we all discussed, RBCs also produced in the liver and spleen. Coming to the children, RBC is produced in the bone marrow of all bones, not only in the long bones, in all kind of bones. Under 5 years old, this RBCs can be produced. Clear? But while after becoming the adult, only through this long bones in the bone marrow it will be produced. So while these RBCs produced, means in the immature stage, okay, while the RBC in the immature stage, okay, in immature stage it is having nucleus. What it is having? It is having nucleus, but while it is getting matured, it loses its nucleus. So that is why RBCs do not contain what? Matured RBC do not contain nucleus, but in the young RBC it is with the nucleus. Okay. Right. What is the lifespan of RBC? 120 days. After the 120 days, so that RBCs has to be get destroyed. So this worn out or destroyed RBCs, where they will go, ma? They will go to where? To the spleen, liver. Okay, so that's why we called this spleen is called as what? What we can call it is? As I said, the dead RBC, okay, and worn out or maybe which are weak RBCs, after the death they will go and destroyed in the spleen. That is called as burial ground, graveyard of the RBC. What we called it is graveyard. Graveyard of RBC is what? Spleen. Clear? And also in some other parts, that is liver and clear, liver. So RBCs, as we all discussed, RBCs having what? Pigment. In the pigment, what? Iron is there, protein is there. So iron will be, iron part retained in the liver itself only, and remaining will be extracted as bile pigments. That will be goes through the bile pigment. So adult, in adult human, what is the number of RBCs can be destroyed in every minute, means that is 20 lakhs RBC. In every minute in adults 20 lakhs RBC can be destroyed. Okay. In other words, 1%, what we can tell? 1% total of erythrocytes means RBCs, total RBCs లో only 1% of the RBC is destroying. నంబర్లో చెప్పాలంటే 20 lakhs లేదా పర్సంటేజ్ వైజ్ చెప్పాలంటే 1%. క్లియర్? రైట్. సో we have already discussed that RBCs are not having what? Okay, we will discuss this tomorrow. Where ma?